I am
Buried.
becoming
The third and
unstoppable.
final Black
Yo!
Ops 2 installment to the Transit storyline arc released July 2nd, 2013. While the community was feeling positive towards a new map after the success
They
of Mob,
had
there
to have
wasn't
been,
much
bro.
to suggest that this Western
This was a
themed
good
map
map.
would be a hit.
The
But at this
best.
point, everyone had realized the mess Transit was, and while Die Rise was certainly tolerated, we all,
Definitely.
well, most of us know now how bad that
He's firing shots at Johnny
map
J
really
himself.
is. In terms of an interesting story or strong gameplay, the Transit crew was batting 0 for 2
Best
at
straight
this
jacket.
point. And so it's absolutely shocking. The
Y'all see that
Transit crew
zombie?
was batting 0 for 2
It's like
at
right
this
here.
point. And so it's absolutely
What the heck?
shocking to look back
little
and
swerve.
see how successful Buried really was. It preceded 2 of the most bottom tier maps ever produced by Treyarch, and then out of nowhere, just managed to knock it out of the park. And what's even more impressive is that Buried is essentially the only map post Black Ops 1 to be a huge success as a casual map. Every other
Did he just call Buried a casual map? I don't know, Patrick. I don't see it that way, but you're gonna have to prove me wrong on that one.
great map after this would be
Let's see what
extremely
you got to say on it.
in-depth with serious tones, and because of this, I think Buried is truly special. To look back on it, it's shocking to see just how good a job they did with this map, and so today we'll be going back through the hot classic to figure out just what made it
Look at that dolphin
good.
dive. Stuhlinger died
So
that day.
Zombies Retrospective has been getting demonetized, and as a content creator, that is
Why are they
super
demonetizing
frustrating.
zombies?
And so because of that, I've been looking for an alternative way to support this series and continue putting out higher quality content. And so I just want to take a moment to thank today's
Top-notch
sponsor. It's a
content.
game that needs no introduction. It's Raid Shadow Legends. You
Boys, we can't watch this anymore.
start your hero Elaine, who comes with some really neat
Oh.
battle animations. And there's also a new tag team
Unique
arena
battle
mode, which
animations,
plays as a
boys.
best
Boys.
two
Unique
of three,
battle
4v4
animations.
versus battle. And since it just dropped, the developers
That guy looked
will be
like
giving out some
Sephiroth.
special rewards
Right
to
here,
whoever
level on the
manages to
right.
finish high
Looks
on
like Sephiroth.
rankings. So, anyways, though, let's get into it.
Patrick coming
So
up with
Buried
them
actually
ways, bro.
excels in
They
two
got them ways.
rather than how most great maps usually excel in one area with every other facet supporting the central one. And so Buried is a bit of an anomaly in this sense. The most obvious of the two is
Turn
of
that down a
course
little bit.
innovation and new features. Buried is one of the most innovative maps of all time, but only sort of. Buried isn't innovative in the sense that it plays with dimensions like Transit or Die Rise. It doesn't add a giant quest or afterlife like Mob. It doesn't change the core gameplay by removing gravity and oxygen like in Moon. There's no single edition
Alright.
that is truly groundbreaking, yet it's still often considered to be one of the most innovative maps of all time. And that's because Buried innovation comes through features. It doesn't add anything huge,
Slide
but
down.
instead it jam-packed the map with
The
tons
chalk?
of tiny little new
The chalks are
things.
pretty
And I
cool.
think
They're
this
they're
is
like a pretty nice
essentially the
addition. Like
cornerstone
having the
feature of the
ability,
map.
to like choose where to put like a viable weapon on the wall. That was
Let's start
pretty
with
cool.
Leroy. He's a giant trapped in a cell, and to free him, you
Arthur,
need
Patrick. Arthur.
to unlock the cage with a key and then feed him a bottle of booze. So in one round, these two pieces are already brushing Die Rise's 3 total items on the map. And Leroy essentially opens everything else up.
By the way, I don't think I stated this at the beginning of the video, but I've been waiting since this dropped. I've been waiting to react to this, so this is gonna be something that I've been looking forward to. So we'll see.
Leroy is used
I'm
to access
hoping he
areas
says
like
good
Jug,
stuff
the
about this
church,
map. This
and
map is
Mansion.
definitely
There's
my
even
favorite.
a secret function where if he breaks the fountain on the main side, the maze-sized fountain will act as a portal back to spawn.
Not to mention, I'm sorry to keep pausing, but not to mention that like depending on how far Leroy is from what you're gonna break, you get points for
And
breaking
that's
that
just
stuff,
the
you know?
tip of the iceberg with
The
this big guy.
fountain,
Leroy has
yes.
another feature called Candy, which has so many
Called
possibilities.
Candy.
Giving Arthur
Can I
candy
lock
near
the
the
box?
box will have
Yep.
him slam it down in place so that you never get teddy bears. Candy next
he
to
goes
a drop
violent.
respins
Gets
it with
violent.
the chance to get
For
a
max ammo? That's
If he's
right,
near
I
a
forgot about that
crawler,
one.
He will pick it up and keep it safe for as long as
Yeah,
he
I knew that
wants.
one, yeah.
He'll fight for you. He'll even build you any buildable if you take him to a workbench. The
The Chad
man
Leroy.
does it all. And consider this. Leroy
He'll never
is
leave you, bro. He's
basically
so loyal.
Treyarch's second attempt at the hacker device from Moon, just implemented way more smoothly. Instead of some little tiny box on a workbench that comes with the trade-off of oxygen itself, you get a friendly companion with a real personality. Leroy is extremely practical
Look at him go.
to use, and he's so
That
well
boy charging
integrated that I think
800
a lot of
points.
people don't even realize how
Almost
similar
enough for a
he
boxer.
is to the hacker.
You
Having
can
to
probably do
open
it for
stuff
farther
up with
too.
him every
That's the crazy
single
place.
game can get a little stale, but overall, I do love Leroy. Buried adds a lot more than that.
The thing is that like you really, if you wanted to, you don't even have to like have him like lock the box and stuff like that. Those are just additional things that he can do. You only really need him to unlock the second part of the map. That's if you don't have the paralyzer and to bust down the barricade to get Jug, you know?
However, you've got the paralyzer, which is to the jet gun as
The the best
Primus
the
is
best
mentally stable
Wonder
to
Weapon.
Ultimus. That is the nerdiest joke I've ever made on this channel. So the
Nah, you
paralyzer
good, Patrick.
freezes
Don't worry about
zombies
it.
in place,
We all
and oh
know.
wow,
We all know.
shocking new feature doesn't actually break
Bro,
when
look how it
overheats.
looks.
Now that is innovation. The paralyzer also lets you fly, and while it's a small feature, I think
That's
it's
true.
yet another detail that builds towards a greater outcome. The map also has a time bomb. Placing it makes a checkpoint, essentially
time
allowing you
bomb.
a redo if you are to
Yes.
make a mistake and down. There's also the
Yo, playing online, there would always be someone that would get the time bomb, and you know he would put it down on round 1, and you get to like a high round 20, round
Remington
30, and he will use the time
Model
bomb.
Army pistol,
And then
which,
right
while
back,
cool,
you're back-
is
you're
supposed
back
to be
at
a reskin of
round
the
1.
Python. And who
Okay,
could
that one
forget
looks
the
really good.
Ray Gun Mark II.
And
I
the
think
Mark
it's easy
II.
to look at the Mark II as a general Black Ops 2 gun, but let's not forget it was a buried edition. This is one of my personal favorite weapons in all of Zombies, and I really think it was a
To be honest,
much-needed
same.
upgrade to a
It's a
weapon
really
we
good-
already see starting to fall behind in the weapon
ray gun.
monster. My only complaint is that I wish it had a single fire mode.
Definitely better
Ammo
than the
just
Mark
tends to
III in
run
my
out quick
opinion.
with that guy, but regardless, it's a great weapon. We've still got so much more though.
Not to mention it looks really great, really beautiful in
The
Black
map
Ops
saw
3.
PhD finally return in the form of a perma
I don't remember if it was in Black Ops 4. That's the thing. I don't remember.
perk. While it's annoying that it wasn't in previous maps, it's a fun addition that allows players to use
Perma
explosives.
PhD?
The map
Yeah.
also has multiple ways to get free perks. Players with a ballistic knife can head to the bar and hit a bullseye on the dartboard, which triggers the piano
you
to
got
start
it.
playing.
You got
From
it.
there, you just need to head into the mansion, tip the ghost, and you get a free perk. Or for the lazy, literally just kill the witch every 5 rounds, and you'll get one that way too. Speaking
Hey,
of
but
perks,
it
we've
works
also got
though. But it
Vulture.
works.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like it isn't OP, but I do love Vulture Aid. We'll talk about Buried being easy later, but for now, I'll just say, I think Vulture Aid was a really good idea that just got handled poorly. The enhanced vision, extra perks, and ammo is fantastic, but the green
Yeah.
mist is a little ridiculous. Still though, I love it, and every time I play Buried, I get excited remembering that it's on the map.
Vulture Aid is
We've also
definitely one of
got
my
new
favorites,
buildables.
by the way.
The Subsurface Resonator and
I
Head
wish it
Chopper
would
are
come back.
two brand new OP additions that basically
Head Chopper,
serve as
my favorite
ridiculously
buildable.
good defense style buildables. And I'm gonna give bonus points to the Subsurface Resonator for reusing the noise of the Scavenger. I
The
just love
bass
that
boost
noise so
machine?
much that I'm willing to look past
he
the
gonna play it?
laziness.
There it is. Bro.
But you've also got chalk drawings. The game lets you
Yeah,
choose
I was
where
talking about
to
this
put
earlier.
The Remington, AN94, PDW, SVU,
Galvan
and
Knuckles.
more. It's such a neat addition that also is incentivized with 1,000
Yo,
free
if you don't
points. It
put
is yet
Galvan
just
Knuckles
another
up
great
in that
feature of the
location,
map.
you whack. I
So
ain't playing
overall,
with you.
Buried adds a
And the
lot of cool
AN94
stuff, and when you hear
down
this
by
all
Leroy
added
Cell,
together, you can really
you
get
whack.
a sense of just
Bro,
how
you whack.
full the map
Don't
is.
even play with me,
But
bro.
hey, with all these features, can anyone think of a potential problem that the game might run into? I mean, I don't know about you guys.
gonna
but
say that it's
surely
too easy?
So many crazy things in one map might
he gonna
be
say it?
pretty hard to balance. Oh wait, what's that? Buried is the easiest map of all time.
Patrick, no!
Yeah, that adds up. Buried's mortal sin is that
No.
it's too easy in a
Patrick.
problematic way. Now, as we've discussed in many retros, difficulty isn't necessarily bad. Kino is too easy for me personally, but I don't dock it points as challenge is a subjective feature. Buried loses points.
I was playing with
however,
Lex.
because
Did y'all
of
see
the
that?
way
He was
it's
playing with
made.
Lex.
So if you want to set up in the Juggernog camping spot with 4 perks and 3 pack
OG
weapons, you're gonna
Buried
have a
camping
pretty
spot.
easy time.
That's
But hey, who
yeah.
doesn't like a good camp sesh, right? That's why
Yeah.
people love Derice. Sadly,
That is
this
true.
is just the beginning.
stairway?
Add in the head chopper, subsurface resonator, or trample steam, and things become that much easier.
You become too
Play
OP.
with 4 people and have everyone set
I get
them
you,
all
Patrick.
down. Well, now you literally don't have to shoot. Add in the fact that
That is
makes
true.
you temporarily invincible, and this becomes a downright broken strategy. I also probably don't even need to remind you of the solo bank rooftop strat. You literally just camp in Vulture smell with the paralyzer, and it's an easy round 100.
Easy
But
win,
sadly,
boys.
that's not even the worst part, and that's
But
because
Lex at the
Buried has a
bottom.
bank. Everything I just explained.
Yo, I'm still
can
waiting
be
for
done
him
on round
for that
one,
round
and
round
this
100.
is
Lex,
the
where that
biggest
at?
single problem with Buried. I think because Transit and Die Rise are such unenjoyable and broken maps, the bank makes them a little bit more tolerable. When things don't go your way because of a game
Adam!
flaw, like Pack-a-Punch not opening on Transit,
What was that?
you don't feel so
Yo,
bad
you
about
ran
taking
right
30
down.
grand
Okay,
and going
that
wild
was
on
literally
bots.
the worst
But on
Pack-a-Punch
Buried,
location.
It's another story. Because the map sets you up for success and is actually good, for the first time we were able to clearly see what a problem the bank is. It takes away the sense of accomplishment for achieving a good setup legitimately, and is a constant temptation in the back of your mind when something doesn't go your way. There's a reason Jason didn't add them to Mob and Origins, and I think both maps would have really suffered otherwise. I think it might even be safe to say that the bank is the most single game-breaking feature to ever be placed in Zombies. And
having the bank being shared between all 3 Victus maps are really
as previously mentioned, Buried offers a lot more than
make you really
features.
overpowered. You can set up really
the map is really impressive. Think about how many unique places Buried has to offer. Weighing in at 18 and a half Nocturne Totens, it's not
18 and a half,
but not
Buried
a huge
is.
map, but I think it does a really good job of
I've never seen a full map like
that.
That's nice. That he's
Think
doing
about
that.
all the cool
For all the
areas
other
here.
maps too.
I still don't even understand what Spawn is supposed to be or how it's all still
It's like
operating.
a mine factory or
something. Cool. Actually, if anyone could explain Spawn to me, that would be
Patrick,
really
it's a rock factory. They're making rocks.
There's more.
They're making
From here,
rocks.
we can head down into the map
They make
itself.
rocks.
One of the often forgotten areas of Buried are the upper tunnels, which connect the quick revive area to both the saloon and the courthouse. Behind the main section of the map sits the mansion, a brief passing through area, which really has a dark and evil vibe to it. Behind the mansion lies the maze, and despite offering little in terms of
the maze,
overall
dude,
size, it really
probably
is a neat
my
place
favorite
on
part.
The map, especially for Pack-a-Punch.
Near Pack-a-Punch,
And of
I
course,
would camp
the
there too
main town
sometimes
area
too.
is fantastic, full of all sorts of neat buildings with tons of character. The bar feels atmospheric and full of memories. The candy shop is colorful and exciting, and the general store just feels spot on for a general
With all
store.
the buildable parts in there.
Sits on its own while also working with the other places to make
house,
something greater than the sum of
church.
parts. Buried is an awesome place to
Rip.
explore, and it's got some of
My
the
boy is
best
dead.
soundtrack
That's where they
and
buried Adam.
noises in Hall of Zombies. Black Ops 2 is also the only Treyarch Zombies game to have a legitimate super Easter egg ending, and as the finality, Buried gets a lot of points for this.
The
Actually,
Maxis
the
side and
reason
the
I
Rick
haven't
Duffin
touched
side.
on this in previous videos is that despite being shared by Transit and Die Rise, the super Easter egg really belongs to Buried. Buried's Easter egg is so good that it makes doing the other horrible maps actually worth it. Transit's Easter egg essentially sets the
Look at that ugly
Maxis and
shield.
Richtofen are working
Ugh.
against each other to
Ugh,
secure
don't even
the
touch
ether
that.
through the help of the Victus crew. The steps are boring, however, and players are rewarded with literally nothing. Die Rise picks it up a bit.
Tower
with
of
some
Babel,
better
I think that
steps
was
and full
called
perks upon
High Achievement,
completion,
Die
but the
Rise, yeah.
problem here is that
I don't
it
remember
does
what the
nothing
buried
to
one is called.
progress the storyline.
But look
And
at
so
that
because
camo.
of this, the payoff of
The
the
Pack-a-Punch
arc is
camo.
left entirely to
The
Buried,
jumping
where it
jacks.
fortunately does deliver. Despite Transit and Die Rise Easter eggs being a literal bag of Richard Nixons, the neat features of the Easter egg are that you get to pick your side. You can choose to follow Maxis
Or Rick Duffin. Patrick, we got Fortnite ads, Patrick. What is this? Get out.
or Richtofen. What's especially neat about this is that
Rick
a lot
Duffin,
of steps tend to
or
mirror
Maxis,
each other.
Rick
For example, on
Duffin
Buried's
or
Maxis side,
Maxis.
you must use
You
the
gotta
subsurface
blow 'em up.
resonator to destroy 4 glowing orbs, whereas for Richtofen, you'd actually be charging them. The
Yep.
Super Easter egg also has these nav card tables, which are needed to link each map and beacon to each other. The nav cards are located on other maps, though, and so this really unites the 3 together and gives a huge satisfaction.
That's pretty
when
cool.
all
I
3
hope they do that
are
again.
lit. The
Black Ops
Buried
5?
Easter egg itself
Yo,
also
Black
has
Ops
some
5?
really cool steps, and I think it's got one of the best blends of both.
Is it gonna talk about
puzzles and
Sharpshooter?
action. But of them all, no step
Sharpshooter.
is more iconic
Sharpshooter.
than Sharpshooter. I
Yeah,
honestly, is there any
Sharpshooter.
step more notorious in all of Zombies? 4 locations around the map start showing targets, and all 4 players must
Ooh,
get
look at him go.
100% accuracy on 20+ targets, or you fail.
Obviously, those were
Not
jump cuts,
only
but that
does
actually
this
looked
demand
great.
skill,
Pretty-
but
he looked
talk
like he
about
was doing it really
teamwork
fast.
and patience. It's a
He's playing with
great
Lex
final
again?
step in an overall
Damn.
fantastic
No invite, Patrick? see
Then,
how it
once
is.
completed, if
Nope.
all 4 players have linked their nav cards and beaten all 3 Easter eggs on the same side, a button becomes available in the
A
courthouse.
huge button.
Pressing it completes the super Easter egg and gives you your ending.
The
If
Maxis side
Richtofen
definitely
wins,
looks
he will take
cool.
over Samuel's body
Everything
and
turns
have
orange.
Maxis erased from the universe. As a bonus, all players will have a permanent fire sale along with full perks
Yo, what
and
is-
a variant of meal
It's like
kit
the
that gives
instrumental
players
version of
4
always running,
weapons. While not
and it
quite as
sounds
cool,
nice.
if Maxis is victorious, the game goes orange and Richtofen's soul gets put into a zombie doomed to die over and over. Killing the Richtofen zombie also gives you a free drop every time. And while both endings aren't as credible as Moon or Mob of the Dead, I would still put this above the Origins and Revelations ending, as they at least give
Yeah,
closure. So Buried
is.
is a great conclusion to
Dude,
an otherwise
Buried
poor
honestly
trio
had
of maps, and
my
I'm really
favorite
happy
so-
that the team
my
were
favorite
able
map
to at
song
least hit
of
one
all
for
time,
three here.
dude.
It was
Nothing
the
can beat
last
this
map
except
led by
for
Jimmy Zielinski, and
Mob's
it's nice to see
like
him end on a high
Mob's
note.
intro
While
song.
people do like to meme the
Jimmy,
guy, I
hey, rest in peace,
still
my boy.
genuinely think that there was
Rest
a
in
method
peace.
to his madness, and while he may not have been as
Independent.
consistent as Blundell in his prime, you
Yo, Blundell, get out of
gotta
here,
give the guy some
Blundell.
credit. Jimmy
Black
took
Ops 4
risks,
was,
and he never stuck to the
boop.
same formula. He was all about the chaotic zombies energy. Wonder weapons in the box, astronaut steals a random perks, walkways that don't go where you want them to, and buses which don't wait for you. While frustrating at times, this
Zielinski
formula of chaos would come to be
definitely
missed,
tried.
and I think Black
He
Ops
tried.
3 followed a line that was almost a little bit too linear. But because
Hey, y'all,
Black
y'all
Ops
see
3
that?
blends order and
Press
chaos
F to
from
pay
the two
respects.
famous developmental philosophies, we get a nice mix of both. So overall, I think
Wait,
Buried
which?
serves as a great casual map for new fans to get into the deeper side of zombies. It's complex and there's
No,
depth
which?
to it, but it can
Ooh,
also
ooh,
be
look at him
really
go.
easy and simple if that's what you want to make it. It's got a fantastic overall vibe with tons of cool lore and really doesn't do a whole lot wrong. The only bad thing I have to say about Buried is that it's just way too easy. Even without the bank, I would probably still have my complaints, but as it exists,
Too easy,
it's
Patrick?
just way too much.
Yeah.
This means that I can't take Buried seriously. But despite this,
Ah,
I am able
Patrick,
to have
why
a
would you
great
do this to
time with it. Maybe it's
my
not
favorite
meant to
map?
be taken seriously. And while it may not be up to the level of Origins and Mob, it did a good job of sweeping up the bronze trophy for Black Ops 2. And it allowed the Transit
Yeah.
series to be put to rest with at least a modicum of respect. And so despite this huge one flaw, I'm able to find and appreciate the
Well, that is still tagged to Toten.
greatness that lies within this map. It's the only time Zombies has ever managed to nail a big map while remaining casual, and I think that says a lot. As a lead developer, it was both Jimmy Zielinski's final map and his best.
Definitely.
And so
I
finally,
agree, 100%.
After 8 maps, 1 F, 1 D,
Wait.
2 Bs, and 4 As.
We're at the end of the video. Yo, he's gonna rank it right quick. He's gonna end it after this, I'm pretty sure. But he did not talk about the lore of the witch, and that kind of upsets me. Because yeah, I really found that interesting. Or my bad, Ghost. Y'all should definitely go check someone's like the history of the witch and stuff like that. I found it really interesting, the whole Jedediah thing, and
It's
his
time to
mom
give this
is the
man
witch.
credit
What's he gonna do?
deserves. My final rating for Buried is a 9 out of 10.
S?
Here.
S, boys, S. 100% agree. Hey, yo. Gotta say, though. I definitely love what he's doing with all the maps. Alright, that's a little bit too loud, maybe. That was a long outro. No. So, he did say it was S tier. That made my day. Honestly, it was worth the wait. It was really worth the wait. Him talking about all that. And hey, yo, Patrick, if you watch this, Patrick, yo, hit me up. I will play Buried with you, Patrick. I know that's not gonna happen, but if it does, let's play some zombies, Patrick. Come on. Yo, but that's gonna be it, ladies and gentlemen. See you guys in the next one.